In the National Football League, every Sunday, each football team, now I'm talking about American football, has a quarterback. The quarterback leads the team's offense by building a game plan and working collaboratively with the team to execute that game plan in a constantly changing environment. Quarterbacks use skills on the football field that are similar to the skills that private equity firms use when building and executing game plans along with their portfolio companies. So it's no surprise that some of the top NFL quarterbacks have moved into private equity after they retired. In this video, we will talk about 3 retired NFL quarterbacks that have made the move to private equity. We'll start with Joe Montana, then move on to Steve Young, and then to Eli Manning. And we'll end the video with a final thought. So let's get started with Joe Montana. Joe Montana had an illustrious career as a quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Montana won 4 Super Bowls, 3 Super Bowl MVPs, and is remembered for throwing the iconic touchdown to Dwight Clark in the NFC Championship game against the Dallas Cowboys. That play is known as the catch. Well, after Montana retired, he joined his ex-teammates Harris Barton and Ronnie Law into private equity. Harris and Ronnie had already started a fund of funds, but after Joe joined, they renamed the firm with the initials of their first names. H for Harris, R for Ronnie, and J for Joe. So the firm's name was HRJ. Now, Joe only spent a few years with HRJ before he left, but that taste he had for private equity would come back. Montana had a friend, Ron Conway, who started bringing Joe to Y Combinator events. And a little while later, Joe created a venture capital fund with Michael Ma, who sold his startup TalkBin to Google, and Mike Miller, who sold his startup Cloudint to IBM. The fund was called Liquid 2 Ventures. Over the years, Montana's connections to corporation has been a great asset as Liquid 2 Ventures helps their portfolio companies expand their businesses. And his connections to other venture capital firms helps their investors gain access to proprietary deal flow. Some of the firm's successes include investments in Pinterest and GitLab. Now, while this San Francisco 49ers Hall of Fame quarterback has been successful in early stage venture capital investments, another San Francisco 49ers Hall of Fame quarterback has been successful in later stage private equity investment. And that Hall of Famer is none other than Steve Young. Steve Young is a 3-time Super Bowl champion, winning a Super Bowl MVP in the process. After his playing career, Young got involved in private equity. He went on to co-found a private equity firm, Sorensen Capital, and later co-founded private equity firm HGGC, which he founded with billionaire John Huntsman, ex-Bain Capital executives Bob Gay and Greg Benson, as well as Rich Lawson, who was also involved in Sorensen Capital before HGGC. Young's HGGC has been incredibly successful. The firm, which focuses on mid-market private equity, has raised $5.6 billion in cumulative capital commitments. It's made over 300 portfolio investments and has attracted capital from some of the largest limited partners in the world. Now, recently, another Super Bowl championship quarterback made his way to private equity, and that's Eli Manning. Eli won 2 Super Bowls with the New York Giants, winning Super Bowl MVPs in both of those years, and is remembered for throwing the iconic 32-yard pass to David Tyree against the New England Patriots in what is known as the helmet catch. Well, Eli just recently joined the private equity firm Brand Velocity Partners. We'll have to wait and see if Eli can have the same success in private equity as Montana and Young. I guess time will tell. Now, here's a final thought. Quarterbacks have developed skills on the football field that can help advise portfolio companies. In addition, many retired quarterbacks such as Joe, Steve, and Eli have built tremendous reputations that can help open doors in the private equity industry. Investors, think about who you have on your team. Can an ex-quarterback, ex-athlete, or someone else with a unique background bring a new skill set to your team? Building a diverse private equity management team by adding someone like an ex-quarterback may not only help you create value in your investments, but also may help you open doors that you never thought you and your team could open. In this video, we talked about 3 retired NFL quarterbacks that have made the move to private equity. We talked about Joe Montana, Steve Young, and Eli Manning. There are many other ex-quarterbacks and ex-athletes that are investing in private equity. Do you know any? If so, please share the details in the comments below.